Hi Leo, this is your July 4th through July 10th weekly tarot reading. I do 5 separate spreads in my weekly readings. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll do an X spread. We'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances, and we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is on new love this week. We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups clarified by the Page of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Sun. In the potential outcome, we have the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Cups, and we also have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or pretty much any zodiac sign. We've got every single element on the table. We've got Pentacles, Cups, Wands, and Swords, right? But most likely a water sign, because we've got more cups than any other element. And the very first card that came out is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of a marriage. It's a card of a solid commitment. It's a very practical, down-to-earth, very serious, very grounded, very long-term type of a deal. So this is this person's intention. This is what they're coming in. This is what they're going to put on the table right there on the first date. Okay? And since this was the first card that came out, you know what? I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do an extended for you. I think you got it, guys. I think this is it. Alright, so we got the Knight of Cups clarified by the Page of Wands following that Ten of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Right, the Page of Wands could be a fellow fire sign. But the Knight of Cups is the most romantic knight out of all 4 knights. The Knight of Cups talks about genuine, authentic love. You know, some people call it the knight in the shining armor. So they have genuine love for you right away. And then we have the Page of Wands clarifying it. So this is them reaching out to you. So they're very loving, they're very solid, but at the same time, you know, they could be kind of lighthearted with that Page of Wands. Perhaps this is them kind of flirting with you. You know, this is them just, you know, taking you out, having a lot of fun with you. And the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck is that conversation that the two of you will have very, very soon after the two of you get acquainted. The Ace of Swords is a card of a brand new beginning. The Ace of Swords is the word yes, so I think you're going to say yes. And the rest of the cards actually confirm that. But the Ace of Swords is a very straightforward energy, you know, straightforward, direct conversation. So even though, say you're going to go on a date, and say you're going to go into a theme park, for example, right? And you have a lot of fun with that Page of Wands, and you're being romantic with each other, they're being romantic with you, and then bam, all of a sudden they start talking marriage to you with that Ace of Swords. Or it could happen on a second date, you know, but expect that conversation very, very soon, very quickly, right? Because this person is going to make up your mind about what they want with you immediately. Hence the Ten of Pentacles, the very first card that came out. And then with the Ace of Swords, they're going to let you know. They'll be very straightforward. They're not going to be playing around or fooling around. They'll tell you straight up that they want to get serious with you as quickly as possible. Alright, and I think you're going to be on board with that, because we have the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Sun right there in the middle. The Sun is one of your cards, Leo, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card. It's a card of us starting a new cycle, a very fortunate new cycle. So I think this person will definitely resonate with you. This is somebody who's right down your alley, you know? In the potential outcome, we have the Nine of Cups with the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups. As already mentioned, every single card in there is a Cups card. You could be dealing with a water sign after all, right? But the Nine of Cups, it's a celebration. That's what those 3 cards are. A celebration and probably marriage, right? Because in the in the Two of Cups, the last card that came out, this is when 2 people come together, right? So it could be like a wedding ceremony at some point in the past, in the future, if I can speak today. And the Three of Cups in the middle is a card of a celebration, right? And the Nine of Cups, and yes, we're going backwards. The Nine of Cups is a card of a wish come true, and it's also a card of personal fulfillment and satisfaction. So yeah, Leo, I think it's going to happen quick. Really, really quick. You will know almost immediately what this person wants with you, and you'll definitely resonate with the way this person is, and what they do, what they say, the way they behave towards you. And it feels easy, it feels light. Right? Like I said, it feels like a celebration in the potential outcome. It's like the two of you celebrating life together. The two of you celebrating love for each other together. Right? The Two of Cups is also a card of a soulmate connection. It's a card of unconditional love. It's a card of two people who are on the same page, and two people feeling the same way towards one another. So yeah, looks very promising. Like I said, I'm not doing an extended for you. Really happy for you, Leo. Congratulations. Leo, if you're already married or if you're in a relationship, the spread is for you. We have the Seven of Swords clarified by the Nine of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups clarified by the Magician. We have the Hierophant, and we also have Strength on the bottom of the deck. Well, I hope, Leo, it will play out with very few of you. Not a few, but few of you. This spread right here is about a Leo and another person, not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your significant other, and that person is trying to get you, I guess, to step out of your relationship or marriage. That's what this spread is about, and I think you're gonna see right through this person, hopefully with my help as well. Well, I gotta give myself credit every once in a while. Right, you're coming in with the Strength card on the bottom of the deck. That is your major arcana card, one of your major arcana cards, and it's always a good sign to have your own card in your own reading. Right, the Seven of Swords, the first card that came out. This is a card of a deception. It's a card of a cheater. It's a card of somebody who sneaks around. Then we have the Seven of Cups clarified by the Magician. The Magician is the person who is trying to lure you in, somebody who is trying to convince you, somebody who is trying to trick you, I guess. The Magician is not a bad card unless it is either surrounded by or clarified by particular cards, and the Seven of Swords is definitely one of those cards, and so is the Seven of Cups, right? In this case, the Magician becomes a trickster, a liar, an illusionist. So somebody may offer you to go grab a cup of coffee, and it will seem like, hey, this person is just a friend. No, they're not just a friend. They're up to no good. You know, this is just an example, but you got to be very careful this week, Leo, about whom you deal with and where you go and whose invitations you accept. Okay, the Magician is clarifying the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of a confusion. This is them trying to cloud your judgment, right? The Hierophant right next to the deck is the Personal Taurus card, but it's also a card of a commitment and marriage. And the Nine of Wands clarifying the Seven of Swords all the way to your left. This is a card of a wounded warrior, right? This is you if you believe them, right? But at the same time, the Nine of Wands is also a card of somebody who doesn't trust the other person, right? So be very careful. This week, I think you should be suspicious, all right? And the Nine of Wands is also a card of putting up a wall between yourself and another person or another situation. So do put up a wall. Be suspicious about people offering you things, all right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Leo, this week. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the Devil, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords, clarified by the Three of Swords, and we also have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Virgo, or pretty much any zodiac sign. This is another warning. I just gave a big warning to those of you who are in a relationship or married in the previous spread. This is the second warning, right? If you get back together with this person, you'll be sucked right back into that misery, and they will break your heart all over again. Okay? The Devil, the first card that came out, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. It's a Capricorn card, but if it's not a Capricorn, the Devil is a very toxic individual, a very attractive individual, somebody whom it's going to be really hard to resist. But, you know, I wouldn't even... They're just trying to lure you back in, and they will try to trick you. They will think of things that you really liked about them. They may send you something sentimental that would remind you of them, or they will invite you to that coffee shop you used to go to, or that restaurant, or they will invite you on that walk in the park where the two of you used to walk together. You know what I mean? This is them tricking you, trying to lure you back in with the Devil card, right? The Hermit on the bottom of the deck, it could be a Virgo you're dealing with, but the Hermit is all about doing some soul searching, going within, doing a lot of thinking, right? So if I were you, I would think twice before answering that call, right? Because the Five of Swords with the Three of Swords right next to the deck, this is what's going to happen if you let this person back into your life. They will break your heart, they will walk away from you, they will use you, they will take advantage of you, and that would be it. Alright, so this is a warning. It kind of reminds me of my Be Aware readings I do once a month. I think I'm going to do those this week. We'll see what happens, but be very careful with this X. Alright? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Leo, this week. We have the Page of Wands clarified by the Emperor. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups. And we also have the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I think your boss wants to talk to you this week, Leo, and I think they've got some good news for you. Right? It could be anything, whatever. You can always leave me a comment, let me know what they told you, okay? If it's not too personal, if it's not too private. But the Page of Wands, the first card that came out, it's a message, an email, a phone call, or they'll just come over and start talking to you. The person who wants to talk to you is the Emperor. The Emperor is a boss figure, so most likely your manager, your supervisor, whatever, right? The Eight of Pentacles in the middle is a card of work, business, and finances. And the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck is also a card of work, business, and finances. This is a card of collaboration. This is when we work with other people, right? And the Nine of Cups right next to the deck, I think that's you. After the two of you had that conversation. This is a card of a wish come true, and it's also a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. So, yeah, I think you're going to be happy as a result of that conversation, okay? It could be a promotion, it could be just a big thank you, it could be a raise you're getting, anything, or they'll just thank you. You know, and say you know you're next up for a promotion whenever that happens this year, right? So that is definitely good news. All right, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen, Leo, this week. We have the Hangman, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Page of Swords clarified by the King of Swords, and we also have the Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. What you're not expecting is to hear from this King of Swords, and they either miss you, or if the two of you got into a fight at some point in the past, they regret getting into that fight with you, right? And they will probably apologize, even though there is no apology card, but I do see them either missing you or feeling sorry about what happened, right? The Hangman, the first card that came out, is a card of stagnation, nothing happening, so perhaps you haven't heard from this person in a while. The Hangman is also a card of an epiphany, right? So perhaps this King of Swords at some point during this week will have an epiphany that they were wrong or they miss you, right? Speaking of them missing you or being wrong, we have the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. The Five of Cups always has to do with the past. The Five of Cups could be a card of regretting the past, grieving the past, thinking about the past, missing the past, right? And the Knight of Swords, out of all four knights, the Knight of Swords is the one that tends to get into fights, right? Because you see how that person is, in the Knight of Swords, is charging ahead, they've got their sword out, and this person looks kind of pissed off at me. So perhaps this person flew off the handle, or they just, got into a fight with you and you did not deserve it. It was their fault. That's what they're realizing this week. Or if there was no fight between the two of you, perhaps they want to see you, and they will let you know they're coming to see you. Knight of Swords is the fastest knight out of all four knights, right? So it could symbolize traveling, right? The King of Swords is clarifying the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a message coming from the King of Swords. All right, so that's what you're not expecting. And that's what I have for you, Leo, for this reading. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Leo, have an amazing week. And there you have it. This was your tarot reading for this time period. I hope it resonated with you and helps you live a better life one way or the other. Thank you for watching, sharing, and subscribing.